So I think I'm just gonna do like a quick little update video. Um so yeah, it's been a while since I really did any content, and um stayed away from posting, really much of any videos about discourse, and have done some content some people know about um on some other channels, other names and stuff, more like gaming content, stuff like that. Um I just kind of had some time to think that, you know, some of the choices I made, like it started with basically like about a year ago after, I had a debate that got pretty blown up. I was kind of concerned about some of the people reacting to some of my posts. I was kind of concerned about drawing some really negative attention and how that could affect people I care about, not just me. Um, I decided to be more anon. Um, and, I do think that while that was good that I did that, I think I kind of became like a cycle where I was like purging myself more and more, and kind of pulling myself out of like just any kind of making myself noticed or anything, almost like afraid for people to pay attention to me. And I got to the point where I was kind of like purging points of myself, like kind of like I feel like I got to the point where I was trying too hard to make myself more tolerable to people who would accept me outside of like people I've regret having anything to do with in the past. Trying to make myself more palatable to people has just proven to kind of like paralyze me in a lot of ways and make me feel like I can't have a voice, because I'm afraid of this person's gonna get sick of my shit and leave, and this person's gonna get sick of my shit and leave, and I'm gonna be by myself and have no friends or anything. But then I kind of put myself away and isolate myself in that way anyways. So I think like I realized something is that even though I've made some progress in some things, there's definitely some toxic habits I was able to purge, and some new habits that are better I was able to form. I realize about myself that um, that I've been too concerned about what people think about me. People who are, my detractors and criticize me all the time, and people who, um, who are people like me, I would think I could relate to, who then turn out to not be who I thought they were, and break my fucking heart. And if you think it's all about you, it's probably not. Well, it's not. I'm just saying. Because I know a few people think it's all about them, and it's really not. I just really struggle with friendships, and people expecting too much out of me and not appreciating my progress. And like that's the thing I realize, like people aren't necessarily going to recognize my progress, and that's okay. But I recognize my progress. And I should give myself a pat on the back every now and then. But what I shouldn't do is try to hide the things that bother people all the time. Like I've tried so much in life to purge like my true self to accommodate people, trying to like detransition at one point. So I've tried to uninstall myself multiple times, and here I am purging any kind of uncomfortable content, any kind of discourse, or anything people might find controversial. And for what? To make you more comfortable, like coming around and making friends in my circles or something, when it's like I don't even trust you. To make so that people can just know I'm nice enough to walk around all over me and shit up my spaces and shit all over me and then leave me in the trash. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this with anybody. I've been through too many kind of on both sides of an issue, on many issues, been in these multiple sides and had people stab me in the back, and realize that my real friends are few and far between, and I know who they are, and they still have my back, and they will have my back after I say this. So I came to make this video today to tell you that you're gonna have to just deal with me. whoever you are seeing this at, probably this video is for you if you probably don't really like seeing me pop up, but for some weird fucking reason you can't get enough and you still have me in your feed. So you people who still pay attention to me, even though like I'm so toxic, it's so hard to bear with me. This is what you're gonna have to deal with. I'm not gonna change. Okay? Like, I changed a lot over the years, but the things that you really like have been harping on me for years about, this is how I am. You have to deal with me. I have to deal with me. Okay, so you come around here, you're gonna have to deal with me. This is what you're gonna have to deal with, okay? You can be mad. You can cry and scream, but this is what you gotta deal with. You're gonna have to deal with me. I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna keep it 100, okay? You guys are just gonna have to deal with the regular me, because I tried to put myself away from the world. I tried to uninstall myself at one point, many points, but here I am. I've tried to cut everyone off. I've tried to purge myself and hide myself, but here I fucking am. So this is me, and there's some things I could get better at, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. And there's some things I just can't fucking change. And I don't really give a fuck about your stupid criticisms. And I want to read it. I don't want to read it. I'm not going to read it. Why do I got to read stupid people fucking criticizing me, this and that? Like, half the shit you people say to criticize me, you're like 10 times worse at it than me. It's all projection. You just project. So, you sit here criticizing just a random person, saying like how terrible they are and acting like you're all fucking perfect and shit. Like, really think about it, Maybe, I don't need people to necessarily recognize my progress when I'm getting better. I don't need that validation from other people. But while you're sitting there lecturing me on and on, okay, or just sitting there thinking in your head how stupid and lost I am, I understand that, I see this as very typical. That people don't appreciate change in others. And I've gone to a point that I don't expect it. Like, that's fine. You don't have to see my progress. You don't have to see me for the real me. You can make up whatever you want in your fucking head. But I know the real me. I need to make sure that that version of me is not minimized or made to be more palatable for people who just can't handle it. If you can't handle it, you can turn off the screen. You can unfollow me. You can mute or block me. But if you don't want to see me and you can't handle me, that is your problem, not fucking mine. And you can do what you need to do. I don't care who the fuck you are. I care if you are some cis-hon turf all fucking mad because you can't stop me from living my fucking life. I don't care if you're some envious shroon. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. But you are not going to take away my shine anymore. And I will post where I want, what I want, when I want. And I'm not fucking worried about it. Good night.